What's up, everybody? Mr. Dude here, and welcome to another episode of X-Plane 11. So today, we are checking out the L417, or correction, good lord, the L410, that was uploaded by KSGY onto the X-Plane forum. This is basically, this was built to replace the old Antonov AN2 planes with a higher performance one. The Turbolet was the first plane I could check out up close and touch as a kid. This is a very, very, very good good piece of equipment. It's basically, it's got a 3D cockpit, and as you can tell from the outset, the modeling is very, very good. When you click on the download file, it's going to take you to a separate exterior website. That will have two versions downloaded, one for cargo and one for passenger flights. There's several liveries that you can select with this, and it also has the manual for the aircraft. If let's get closer here. So you can see here that the cabin is actually modeled, so you can. That's, honestly, that's actually really, really cool. There are pilots in the aircraft, as evidence there. Interior and exterior sounds. I don't know if you noticed the difference once we hopped in the aircraft. And, they didn't make it look brand new. They kind of gave it some wear in that. So that was pretty cool. So, yeah. It does use the default X-Plane 430 mission computer, that sort of thing, and overall, it's just a very nice piece of equipment. As always, I am not sure on how to fly any of this stuff, but typically most aircraft are generally the same. So that looks like the trim wheel. Yep. Okay. Yep, so we'll kind of keep it. We'll keep it close right there. So that is that trim wheel. The radio's down there, possibly. But either way, it looks really cool. You've got position lights and anti-collision beacons and all of this. This is really cool. Not sure on all these other buttons. I'm not going to jack it up too much because I don't really know. I honestly don't know the deal. But we are in Chicago here at Midway. And we are going to take off on a bit of a flight. I'm going to make sure that we're far enough back. There we go. There we go. And what's cool is that the pilots aren't modeled on the interior view, but they are on the exterior view, which I like because it would feel really weird if I could see legs down there. I don't necessarily like that. But the modeling in this is really, really good. It took the guy about, I think he said 6 years to develop this, so this is a really big accomplishment for anybody, really, to come out with something like this and have it look so good. Is really, really cool. I just wanted to take a second before we took off to say thank you for all of you that continue to support my channel. We are currently up to 94 subscribers from my initial goal of 100 subscribers, so I do truly appreciate that. And my views have been fluctuating. It just really depends on what YouTube gives me credit for versus what YouTube doesn't give me credit for, because one day it'll be like 11,000, then it'll be like 10.7, and I think today we were up over 12,000 views. and I'm very proud of it, and I'm very thankful for the 12,000 instances, probably more to be quite honest, that somebody's actually clicked on one of my videos and at least checked out a second of those videos. So it's very, very much appreciated. So as always, on these videos, we're going to play some music while we fly and tool around, and then I'll give you my feedback once we land. So here we go. Well, that it could have been worse, I guess. Um, but I tell you what, this was actually a lot of fun to fly. It's it didn't take very long to kind of get used to the flight dynamics of the aircraft. It was actually really just super stable. So that was really cool. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that was a terrible landing. I mean, I didn't use very much of the runway because I just didn't know, because I couldn't tell my airspeed. So this is in kilometers per hour times 10. So this is 200, 300, and then it's got like a little cheat sheet here that I just now noticed. So, 54 knots, 108, so on and so forth. So yeah, well, it's got a little cheat sheet that I could use next time. Vmax and flaps and stuff like that. Pardon me. So yeah, had I known that and paid attention to it, I would have figured that out. But I don't typically study any of this stuff before I hop in the airplane. I just basically say, hey, if I'm a dude that's just wants to try this plane out, can I hop in and do it? I would say absolutely yes. There is very good reason why this was basically at the top of the X-Plane freeware aircraft downloads on the xplane.org page, and that's really because this, other than that Project 737, that is just absolutely fanatical, this here is really, really good. It's a lot of fun. This I will keep on my computer. This is a definite keeper. It's a lot of fun. It's super stable, so when it's got autopilot, I believe. I just don't know how to use it, but this will be really good to do longer flights with, because I do like the prop planes, turbo prop planes. I do like them. So this would be a really good one to kind of do that with. So not much more to say about it other than look at the description down below to figure out where to download this thing. Download this, put it on your computer, and have fun flying. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching the video with me. And of course, my X-Plane just updated. And now I'm having these issues with crashing. This video was actually supposed to be recorded earlier. But some of these updates that they're doing are causing my X-Plane to crash. So I don't know if anybody else is going through that. But if you are, let us know, and maybe hopefully they'll find some way to fix it, because yeah, this is somewhat annoying. I've taken frame hits and I've had some crashes on the computer. All right, enough of me yammering. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.